12:40 a.m. Tuesday night. Let's get straight to it. So, I want to start off this video and I want to address one of the comments that I saw. This guy's name is Elijah Flowers. He said, question mark, question mark, question mark. What's your aim? This video has no description and the title is vague. Before I invest 21 minutes into this, please let me know what you're discussing and give timestamps. All right, some people might look at that and think it's a hater comment. I think, he has a valid point. Like, a lot of times I don't discuss exactly what's going on in the video. So I'm gonna start off this video and just say, guys, this is the story from 0 to 1 billion. And the idea is I'm gonna record myself every day until I buy my first business. And the idea is from going 0 to 1 billion is gonna be done through making a portfolio of businesses that we're either gonna take public for an IPO or we're gonna sell to a strategic investor. And this is a proven way to create a ton of wealth. A lot of the richest people in the world do it. I've talked about this in depth in my previous videos, so you could go check those out, and I explain that more in depth. But the idea stemmed from something called QLA, and it's also a proven path that made multiple billionaires and multiple multimillionaires. So this is a great way of creating wealth. And the finance space in general, investing, is very well known to create massive wealth. So that's the space we're in. And to make this happen, there's 3 steps. You need to have a board of directors that gives you instant track record, because the bank, when they give you loans and when investors give you loans, they don't just look at you, they look at your team. So you need a team, you need the finances and the banks and third-party investors, and then you need a solid deal. So where are we right now in this journey? We're still at step 1. And yeah, that's not a very good thing, but that's where we're at right now. And for today, very, very interesting, right? Let me just start off and talk about the mentor that I was telling you about. I texted him today and I was like, do you have some time for a quick phone call? Convenient time for you if you have any availability. He was like, yeah, I'm busy today. I could carve out some time on Friday. So I was like, Friday? Interesting. Because my idea was to meet him in person, because I wanted to solidify my relationship with him and just get to know him more. And there's nothing like having in real life conversations. It's way different. You develop a larger sense of trust. So that was my idea. So I didn't want to wait until Friday to tell him. So I just texted him. I was like, something along the lines of, I wanted to invite you out for lunch/meal at a convenient time for you if you have time on Friday. It could be quick. I don't want to be intrusive. If you don't think it's a good idea, I understand. Something along those lines. And he didn't respond to me, guys. He just straight ghosted me. Oh my God, man. He just straight. Maybe he was busy today. Who knows? But yeah, that was a really big L. And then right after that, later in the day, I have another meeting tomorrow. But I had a meeting today with the accounting on my board of directors. And I told him how we're switching the strategy and we're gonna be doing stuff in-house. And he was like, yeah, since we're gonna be doing that, we should get someone, he said, someone that has corporate finance experience and they know how to do in-depth audits on our team. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea, but I genuinely thought it would be you. And then he was basically telling me how he doesn't have experience for it. I was like, dude, I went through a whole interview process with you. What are you talking about? And on top of that, he was saying, I don't think I have the time for that. So he's not on my board anymore. So guys, we're kind of going to step 1. And honestly, the accountant on my board is the only person I really just didn't have much belief in. I'll be honest. There's something about the accountants that I don't really attract them very well. I think they're more skeptical. They're more analytical. They're more risk averse, meaning like they're not prone to taking risk. So my strategy today, because I was gonna just go straight to the banks, I found this website. Let me mention it real quick. I'm pretty transparent on this channel. What's it called? I don't know what it's called right now, but I found a website that has all the banks in whatever region you pick, and it tells you like how likely they are to loan to small businesses. So great website, has so much information and so many people to call. But I can't really pursue that step until I have this step done. So I got LinkedIn Recruiter again. Now I'm messaging people on LinkedIn, and I sent some cold emails, but there's a problem with the cold emails, which I'm gonna tell you. And yeah, so for the accountants, right, they're very skeptical, like I was talking about. So my approach was, I had a more in-depth kind of message I sent them with far more stats and straight like sources of where I get the stats from. And I created like a new presentation that has a ton of numbers, and it's like far more in-depth than what I usually do. And yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a different strategy with the accountants, but it's all a numbers game, guys. I just need to push for it. And the thing is with LinkedIn, and whenever I watch these QLA videos from people like who did it back in like 2018, 2019, back then on LinkedIn, you could send as many messages in a day as you wanted. And then now, in today, 2023, LinkedIn only lets you send about, I believe it's 400 a month, or a bit more than that. It equates to somewhere about 25 a day. Like there's a range. But like if you cross the range, you're susceptible to getting like flagged. Your account could get flagged. My account has been banned before, and it hinders you so much, guys. You do not want to get banned off LinkedIn. So what am I trying to say? It's a process. It's a process. There's no results. It's crazy. I'm spending so much of this time. I'm getting frustrated for sure. Yeah, man. The one thing though is I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up, man. Why would I give up when I'm not tapping out? Like, I don't have to give up. You only pivot, because I'm not gonna say give up. You only pivot when you have to pivot. When you fully realize like you made your mistake and it's time to move on. I really believe in this mission, guys. I really do. Imagine buying a business with $1 million in profit every year, and it's done that for 10 years. A business that has existed for 15, 20 years, and you just step into the owner's position. I'm obsessed with it. It's all I think about. Today, it's the 23rd of November, so, no, 22nd of November. Well, technically 21st, but it's like nighttime. It's like past 12, so 22nd. And a lot of my friends are having Friendsgivings and all these gatherings, and you should come here and do this and do that. What are you up to? How come you don't respond? Dude, I'm working. I'm working. And if I'm not working, it feels worse than at work. Because I'm like, dude, I haven't worked out today. I didn't eat enough meals today. I didn't make enough money today. I didn't go on the offense enough today. And all that makes me feel worse. I would rather work because I feel better. And another strategy I could take for these accountants is I could find the websites, I could cold call them. And the thing is with these cold calls is it's not like I have a list. I have to find these numbers. And you're probably wondering, like, why don't you just make a list? The thing is, I make a list, and whenever I call, guys, the accountants especially are very, very skeptical kind of people. Very skeptical. So when I cold call these people off a list, and I'm calling their personal cell phone number. They're like, how did you get my number? This is a scam. Boom. I got that too many times. I don't have a good enough way to answer that objection, really. Other than, hey, I got your number off a directory. And then if I say that, I sound kind of desperate. And I don't sound like, hey, like this is someone legit that you could work for. I look like a sleazeball, like trying to go behind the back door instead of, the front. Like if you truly have an abundance, you would just go to the front door where they don't answer the fucking door. But that's why I don't do those kind of calls. If it's on the website, I call them. But for some reason, I just don't call. I think, and this could be an excuse, I feel like half the time I'm not really sure where the direction is going the next day. Because at first, I was making a bunch of calls just trying to get people to accept the deferred fee. And then when I got them, and I got them on the calls, they eventually said either I need a retainer or they just stopped responding. So I'm like, dude, these calls I'm doing something wrong. But look, when I call them this time, I'm not going to take the approach of, let's do a deferred fee. I'm going to go from the approach of, hey, we're looking for an accounting firm and we're debating if we should do it in-house. Are you open to that? Are you open to doing in-house? So instead of sending messages on LinkedIn and waiting for a response, let me see who even responded. I want to check this out because I sent it during the day. Let's see how many responded. I saw on my phone that some people, like some of these people will accept my connection, but then they won't message me back. So I send them the initial message off the connection because you could like attach a message. And then I send a second one after they connect and they still don't respond. So they're not interested. It's like, damn, don't waste my time. Don't waste my connection, man. I can only have 25 in a day. What a waste. Waste of space, man. So 25 messages a day you do that very fast. That's like an hour's worth of work, I'd say. So what do you do with the rest of the time? You could cold email, which the thing is with cold emailing, I email their work email. And a lot of times these accounting firms, they have all these firewalls in between the person you're actually trying to reach. So I guess there's a way for them to like automate it and it just blocks your email. So if I try to send something like, hey, like a personalized message for them to try to join my board, it sends it straight to it just blocks it from what I noticed. And like, I'm kind of worried about, dude, why am I like this? I'm kind of worried about my email getting like blacklisted or flagged or thrown in like the spam folder. And like, I can't send any more emails. Like, they just don't work. So let's think about this. If I do emails, do the connections, and I do the calls all in one day, that would be the best approach to get an accountant on my team the fastest. Because, dude, I don't want to spend that much time doing that shit. And then the banks, and how I'm going to approach the banks. My question is, should I find the deal first, or should I find the bank first? Or should I go for both? Because when I approach the bank, what's my approach going to be? Hey, I have this hot deal. Need to know if you guys do lending for these parameters. Do you guys do lending in this field? Like, are you guys on the lending mode? What kind of rates do you guys have? But it all stems from, hey, I have a deal. So if you don't have the deal, can you still do that? Should I try? If I try, should I try locally first and maybe mess up my chances with the locals? Or should I try like somewhere further away and kind of mess up there and then like trial run? I don't know. All these different, like, the strategy, man. You know, it's like taking so much of my time. And by the way, I think 2 days ago, I talked about buying a course or something like that. Guys, you could get courses for free. One of these courses was about like $500, but it includes like 7 calls with the guy. It includes Q&A calls as well. I still didn't pay for it though, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to buy it, and I was gonna buy it the next day, and I just didn't. I got some free courses off the internet, but maybe I should sign up for these things, because all these knick-knack kind of questions I could get answered. This kind of information is not really online. But yeah, I still need to work out. Still need to have my last meal in the day. We're working, man. We're working. I'm getting at the point where I feel embarrassed to come day after day, and not have like any kind of real results yet. I believe in myself. I'm gonna keep working. No fun, straight work, straight grind every day. What, it's gonna be Thanksgiving? Bro, who cares, bro? I'm still gonna be working, bro. Let me read some more of the comments. All right, we got Demeanor Alpha, man. Hopefully I said that right. All support from France. Your videos are so inspiring. Thank you, my man. Thank you, thank you. From France is crazy. Aria. I watch your videos because we're on a similar journey, and I relate to what you're going through. Aria, you know how this journey is, and you know how it is. The results is what matters, really, and what do you do to get the results? So when you don't have the results, you know that feeling. You know that feeling. All right, appreciate that comment, Aria. And yeah, I read the other one. All right, guys, I'm gonna go work out.